Hi, thanks again for joining us for video number 3. I'm Rhonda Smith, Lifestyle Architect and Success Coach, and this is video 3 of Rewire Your Life series. It's such an amazing time in your life when you take a step back and you decide that you want change. You're starting to create a little time and space for yourself, and you're starting to see that for you to get clear, you have to quiet the mind and quiet your life a little bit. It's such an amazing thing, and it's almost as if the world is your oyster. So in this next part, we have to really start getting clear about who it is that you are. Again, this process of transformation, it really starts from the inside out. I see so many people constantly failing. They're moving to a new location to try and find happiness, or they're changing jobs so that they can be more happy. And some of those things will affect your overall happiness, but truly, if you're not happy on the inside, it doesn't really matter where you are, you're still going to feel bad. And being really clear about the person that you are, and what you believe, and how you feel is the most essential part in your foundation. When you keep trying to live your life as someone else, or someone else's beliefs, or in someone else's container, it actually can make us sick. I know in my own life, I personally struggled with huge anxiety for a good portion of my childhood and some of my adult life because I literally was trying to fit into a container that I wasn't meant to fit in. So anxiety and stress and depression and all of these things are almost like lights on our dashboard, and they're there to tell us something. And it's really important to know who you are, to know what you want, so that you understand why those lights are going off on the dashboard. Anxiety has always been present in my life when it was not something that was really meant for me. And stress is also another indicator that maybe there is some course correction needed in your life. So I'd like you to sit down and I'd like you to write a list. I would suggest at least 25, maybe up to 50 things about who you are and what you believe about yourself. This part can be so foundational because there might be clarity that you don't even know. There might be things about yourself that you have forgotten. And all of this is essential. I am a person who has always gone to extremes. I love the bohemian luxe style, and I love city chic, and I love a little bit of edgy and rock and roll. And I found that in my past, I had always been one of those things. And when I did it, I always did it to the extreme, which was not necessarily a healthy thing. And it's figuring out all the sides of who you are. It's okay to have more than one interest, or more than one style, or more than one like, or more than one desire. The secret is to creating some balance between it so that you get to enjoy them all. Maybe some of them you just do it sometimes and others at others, but don't ignore who you really are. And I've really started to understand sides of me. I mean, a new desire I have is I want to learn to skateboard. I'm 40 years old and I want to learn to skateboard, but that's something that's part of who I want to be, my authentic self. It's just a deep desire. So really getting clear on those things. The next step to this is to create a list of between 25 and 50 things of beliefs that you have in your life. These could be things like you only use a certain laundry detergent, and there's a reason for that. Or perhaps you always drive one particular way because it's the way you've always gone. Or maybe it's you've attended some type of church or organization or club that really doesn't fit with your values. I want you to really look at those things and really scrutinize a little bit if those are true for you, if they are really who you are, and if you're able to be your authentic self in those situations. The more that we are real and that we're who we're supposed to be, the happier and more joyful our life is. So when you create this list and you look at these things, if there's anything that stands out to you that maybe isn't fitting, maybe it's time to consider letting it go. I'm not a big fan of dwelling on the things that are making us not happy in our lives or causing problems. I believe that once we acknowledge them, we should work through them and push through them. But at least knowing what works and what doesn't work is essential. This is a big part of my 90-day program. If you did decide to work with me one-on-one, about getting clear on who you are and what you do want in your life. The only way for you to become the architect of your own life is to have the time and space, the clarity of mind, the connection to whatever you believe in, the consciousness to want to change, and knowing who you really are. Without those foundational pieces, it makes it really hard to decide where you're going. And then once you have some clarity with those, then it's time to define and design the life that you are meant to live.